Today I'm dyeing yarn with homemade walnut dye. A few years ago I took 55 gallons of walnuts. I blended them up and condensed them down over an open fire into some natural stain and dye. I'm interested to see how well the dye will take to fabric after sitting in a jar for a few years. And I just found a great opportunity. So I picked up this hank of sheep's wool yarn from a local shop. And it's made in my hometown. And I'm going to give this a try. Let's see what color we can get out of this yarn. I'm going to start off by heating some water up. This should help the yarn take the dye. You don't want it to boil though. This is a hank. This is the dye that we're going to be using. To start off, we need to unravel the hank. This will make sure that the dye gets the maximum surface area in order to make this the color that we want. Now I'll place the yarn in warm water for a few minutes. This is going to ultimately help the dye distribute evenly throughout. Too much water will dilute my dye, so I dump some of it out. And now we can dump in this 2-year-old goopy mess. One of the cool things about walnut dye is it's so rich in tannins that it doesn't need a mordant to set. I'm going to stir this up and leave it on low heat for about 3 hours. After those 3 hours, it comes out really dark, but a lot of that will wash away. I don't want to waste any of this dye, so I'm going to wring out as much as I can back into the pot. I'm going to condense the leftovers back down so it'll fit back in the jar. In the meantime, I'm going to continuously hand wash this yarn until the water runs clear. I wonder if it'll be easier to dye a sheep before you get to this point. Alright. Well, here's the yarn. It's got some drying to do. Here's it up against a white background. Now, after enough water is evaporated off of my dye, I'll put it back in the jar. Well, here it is. 24 hours later. It's dyed and dried. It's got a few uneven spots, which could be for a number of reasons. Whether it's oils left on the wool that wouldn't allow the dye to take, or inconsistencies in the dye itself. Now I'm going to twist this into a hank and set it aside for my friend. And the whole world called him Hank.